Hey guys, I'm holding a finished engagement ring and I'm going to be taking this stone out and replacing it with a piece of beach glass. Now the first step was cutting the beach glass in half so I have a more manageable sized piece to cut this stone. And I quickly cut that in front of my vacuum, and part of it was sucked into the vacuum, but we have since got the piece back. So this is going to be a good adequate size. I'm going to quickly preform this down a little bit. We're going to get this dopped up and cut. Basically, I'm just trying to get rid of this excess tail because we're doing a circular cut. Alright, so I'm ready to dop this now. We got it pretty circular. I'm pretty content with that. Okay, so I got this preformed in and I just started on the first cut here. Alright, so I'm going to change over from my 80 grit to my 1200 sintered. So here's where we're at with the stone right now. That's the 80 grit finish, and I've just done the one row of facets and cut in the girdle, which is the perimeter. So now I'm ready to transfer, and I'm going to use my 1200 grit sintered to cut in the actual gem design and get this ready for the pre-polish. So I've just cut in the girdle on my 1200 grit now, and I'm going to transfer to the pavilion. We're going to get this entire thing cut in. That's a quick shot to show you what the gem is looking like so far. And I'm actually going to jump right to a 60,000 grit, and I'm just going to try this out on the glass. Alright, so that polish from the 1200 right to a 60K is working great. It actually polishes up really quickly, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That looks kind of epic.
Those are the facets that we just polished here. Now that row is completed. I'm going to be moving on to this next row, which is going to be down to the Q-lip. Okay, so we're ready to move on to our third and final row now. This polish has been going really well. It looks really good. And it's pretty phenomenal that I can do that jumping from a 1200 all the way to a 60,000 grit.
You know what might be nice too? Do you think you should look at the camera when you're talking? Look at the camera right now. Look at the lens.
Okay.
And say something to me.
We'll try that. We'll try that. Record it. Let's hit it. Okay, so I'm actually just coming down to the final two facets here, and then we're going to be finished up on this girdle. Once that's done, I'm going to take a look over of everything and make sure that we've done an adequate job, and then we're going to be ready to take this out of the machine and do a gem transfer so I can cut the crown. Okay, so we just finished up the girdle. Let's take a look here and see how we did. So that's done. Perfect. We're going to throw this in our dop transfer, and we are going to get the crown cut. I'm just going to quickly come in here with the calipers and see where we're at. And we are bang on to the 0 on 7 millimeters. So that is the perfect size, and this stone will hopefully seat perfectly right into the setting, which, look at that. it does. Okay, so I just cut in these facets here that are highlighted. Now we're going to move over to this, and once I cut this row in, I'm going to transfer to my 1200 grit, where we will eventually cut in the final row on the more accurate lap.
Recording.
Alright, so I'm just finishing up the last facet on this crown. That looks incredible. So just like that, we're good to go. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the last of the polishing on the table facet